Going somewhere?
Very astute, Hank. Time for you and your brother Sam to pull out the noisemakers and the party hats and celebrate my departure.
Nah. I think I'll just pop a couple beers to celebrate never laying eyes on you again. What made you change your mind?
I've been asked to go on an important photo shoot for News Time. After that, I haven't really decided where I'm gonna go.
Well, if you really loved Grace, you wouldn't be back here. You're forever claiming that all you care about is her happiness.
That's because it's true. But I'm not convinced that Sam being with Grace will make her happy. In fact, I'm sure it will lead to heartbreak and tears. Sam may care dearly for Grace, but he's in love with another woman. That woman's name is Ivy.
You've read the situation all along, pal. What my brother and Ivy Crane once had is long over. He loves one woman now, his wife, Grace.
Correction. Grace is my wife.
There's something that keeps nagging at me about your story. Just doesn't seem to add up.
Well, then maybe you should brush up on your math skills.
You see, when Sam first found Grace in that fire in Boston, they figured out her first name.
So what?
So, when she was admitted to the hospital, it was under the name Grace Doe. She was a patient there for quite a while. If you knew Grace had gone to Boston like you claim you did, why couldn't you find her? Surely one of the first places you would have looked would be the hospitals. But you've got some explaining to do, bud. You ask me, your story's full of holes. If you really tried to find Grace back then, you would have been able to.
How would you know? When Grace disappeared, I was out of the country on a photo shoot. When I came back and discovered she hadn't returned from Boston yet, I rushed over there and tried everything I could think of to track her down. I was out of my mind with fear. I made a complete nuisance of myself, checking every hospital, shelter, soup kitchen, any place that I could think she could have turned up.
And nobody had any record of her.
You don't ask me why, but no. No, they didn't. Maybe she'd been released. I don't know. But the one thing I do know is that I didn't know then is that during that time, Sam fell in love with Grace and married her.
Something you seem to have a hard time remembering.
Not true. I think about it every day and night. But you know, the one thing that keeps nagging at me is how he pulled it off.
Pulled what off?
Marrying Grace and slipping her out of Boston without me even finding her. I've checked around, Hank, and I hear you haven't always been on the up and up, so to speak.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, I was just thinking, I mean, you've got a dark, shady side to you. Maybe it runs in the family.
My brother's not like me at all. He's always been an open book. Honest, upstanding, highly respected.
Oh, respect enough to maybe pull a couple of strings with some of his cronies, the Boston police force, maybe?
You're trying to turn this whole thing around to point the finger at Sam, when all the questions just lead right back to you.
Is that what you think?
Damn straight. There's something sketchy about you never showing up in Grace's life, until now, that is. I may not be as good a cop as my brother, but I have pretty good instincts. And they're telling me that there's more to you showing up here than you're admitting to. I think you're hiding something. Safe trip. Don't come back anytime soon.
If I stay away, it would be because I decided it's best. Not because of anything you said.
Suit yourself, Hastings.
Yeah, it's me. Look, I've tried everything to break Sam and Grace up, and none of it is working. I don't know what else to do. I've even convinced Sam and Grace that I'm her first and only legal husband, and it still doesn't pull any weight with them. Look, they're unshakable. They're so damn in love. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Well, I'll tell you what you are not going to do. You are not going to walk away from the mission I am paying you to complete. You will see it through to the end by breaking up Sam and Grace.